I can't tell you how many times I've watched this happen. Somebody flipping through a rack, pulling an item out, checking the tag, and putting it right back because the brand doesn't look valuable. Meanwhile, that exact type of item is selling for 50, 80, even $100+. Well, my name is LeeMeier, and I've made over 100,000 net profit selling used clothes. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see. The problem isn't what people are finding, it's what they're overlooking. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those items look like. Let's get into it. First Walmart brand to be on the lookout for is George. Now, with all of the brands that I'm going to be covering, it's not necessarily about the brand, about the item. And I'm going to be breaking this all down for you as I show you exactly what to look for. Now, with a lot of these leather jackets from George, they are selling for around the $40 to $50 price point for a brand that a lot of people just skip right by. If you can pick these up for even $5 or $7, that's still going to be a good flip. These are also going to be selling for right around that $50 price point. Wool coats, another thing to keep your eye out for. This is another type of item that's selling for right around the $40 to $50 price point. Higher ticket items. In general, higher ticket items will always sell for more money than just a basic t-shirt or a basic pair of shorts. Now with George and a lot of similar brands at this level, kind of lower value brands, there is a huge market for these cycled flannel shirts. And yes, you will find these at garage sales and thrift stores. This one sold for $55, so definitely do not underestimate these. An Aztec print button-up shirt from that same Walmart brand of George, and this one sold for $52. And there's nothing wrong with bundling items together like this seller did, $42 for the set of 2 shirts. And I find that a lot of times like items do get donated together. So you may come across the same brand, same style, same size. I've seen as many as 5 or 7 shirts donated at once. Now, another trick with this brand in particular, a men's brand, is to market it to women. This is a green suede jacket sold for $50. This is a graphic sweatshirt, size 2XL, that does make a difference. This one went for $40. Sample of an item that was marketed to women. This one sold for $50. I've got a $100+ item up next to show you. Hey, real quick, if you want to make consistent sales without this taking over your life, your time, your house, that's exactly what I built the Empowered Reseller membership around. Because this is not about hustling harder. It's about getting better at what actually sells. Inside of my membership, each month we deep dive into a proven clothing niche so that you can focus on the right items, the ones that move. That's how you build steady income without burnout. And you don't have to figure this out alone. You get a clear path, help when you need it, and a really supportive community to do this alongside with. If that sounds like something you'd like, then just click the first link in the description below this video, or you can go to empoweredreseller.com. Faded Glory is a brand that has been with Walmart since the beginning. Some of these items date all the way back to the 70s. Like this pair of overalls with rainbow stripe, these sold for $110. Sometimes Walmart does acquire brands, but this one has always been a Walmart brand. This is another one from the 1970s, a pair of bell bottoms. It's also got quite a bit of fading there where it's probably been folded and stored through the decades. And this pair of jeans went for $55. Much like the men's items that you've seen so far from George, for example, women usually also pay up for coats as well. And this is a barn style or chore style coat from Faded Glory, and this one sold for $55. Denim dresses are also doing very well right now that button up the front. A lot of them are collared, or they might be more of a jumper style meant to be worn over, say, a turtleneck. This particular dress sold for $40, pretty on par with what they are going for. The thing that I love about these dresses is that most resellers walk right by, never think twice about them. Another example of one of those higher ticket items, this is a puffer coat, and this is not vintage or older. This is actually a newer item that sold for $55. And I do want to point out that this is a 2XL. Those bigger sizes will almost always sell for more money. As you might expect, graphic tees. From fairs, this t-shirt sold for $40. Glory also makes shoes, and these Y2K era shoes are selling for about the $50 to $70 price point. This pair went for $60. Those denim dresses, $48. This one is a simple tank top. Now, with some of these, you do need to check that there's not anything sketchy going on. A lot of the sketchier ones only have one picture. You can also glean a lot of information from some of the comments. And if there's anything weird going on, that may not be a real sale. But this does appear to be a real sale. And this sold for this much because of the look of this. You can see that this tank top has eyelet detailing. And that's a style that is trending and that buyers are after. Denim overall dress, $45. Another example of an item from the 70s. There's the tag, and this sold for $40. A skirt in corduroy. Corduroy is another one of those things that is really trending right now. These style of belts as well with those grommets. $45. Another one of those Y2K sandals that is really popular right now from a variety of brands. These sold from Faded Glory for $46. Another one of those chore coats, $65. Flare jeans with patchwork, $65. One of those older 70s tags, another dead giveaway is that stitching. If you're wondering more about how to date vintage items, I'm going to link up here to a video that will show you how. Another pair of chunky Y2K sandals, these went for $71. Boots, $45. Another thing that is all the rage right now, likely from the Y2K era, these went for $50. Pair of mom jeans. These went for $85. That's a good reminder about those keywords. For example, mom jean. Let's draw in what are called high intent buyers. They are looking to spend money. I know it can take hours to do research to figure out what keywords you should be using, but if you'd like to be able to get listings up in a matter of seconds, I do have a poster bundle that covers hundreds of terms like this with a high buyer intent. I will link to it somewhere on your screen, and it'll be in the description below this video. Next up, no boundaries or no bow. This is a camouflage jacket that went for $40. A denim dress. Now, this brand does tend to market towards a younger audience compared to the Faded Glory denim dresses that we saw before. Here is one of those older no boundaries Y2K era tags, and this dress went for $40. And simple black platform boots. These are Y2K style for sure with that stacked chunky heel, and these sold for $42. Now, this is a newest tags item, but I had to show this anyway, and you often come across items that still have their time, whether you're sourcing at garage sales or thrift stores. This little dress from No Boundaries, there's the tag, for $49. Or short-alls are another thing that often sells for right around the $40 to $50 price point. Be on the lookout for dresses from this brand. Depending on the style, for example, this one has metal detailing around the neck, telling me it's probably from the early 2000s. This one went for $40. Winter shoes from No Boundaries or other brands are another thing that is really trending right now. And this pair from No Boundaries went for $40. And you're going to see a lot of scuff marks, a lot of wear to the wood with these items. Don't worry about that. They're still selling for right around that price point for essentially a low value or no name brand. Patchwork jeans, another big trend straight out of Y2K. These sold for $45. Another Y2K item, you're going to see a lot of Y2K items with this brand. This one does have huge bell sleeves, split sleeve, and this top sold for $40. I hope that you're starting to see the value of not just sticking to Lululemon or other brands that resellers say that you have to have. This is another blouse here that sold for $45. It's got a peasant neckline, some crochet there at the bust, and that's the tag. Another blouse that went for $50. This one's got lace detail there at the back. $40. Now this one does have embroidery and those little details do matter, and calling them out and the look, those aesthetic keywords like Nordic, they've got that down there in the description. That's another really good example of high buyer intent. Striped jeans. These went for $42. Jelly shoes, straight out of the 90s Y2K era. These happen to have light up heels and went for $45. More boots, marking on the bottom, and yes, these are man-made material. These are not leather boots. Graphic tee, build a bridge and get over it. This went for $74. Little floral dress with spaghetti straps. This went for $43. Denim sandals with a wood sole. These went for $65. More wooden soles, raffia straps. These went for $70. Loafers, $49. Next, Tru and Terra brand. This you want to be more careful with. There are still items that are selling for about $30 to $50, and this dress went for $58. With this brand, you're definitely going to want to pay attention to the styles, and newer styles with this, bigger sizes, those are going to be the ones that are selling for that $30 to even $50 price point. There's the Tru and Terra label. Now, this is an anorak jacket that went for $40. Again, it's all about style and size. This one is a 2X. The leather jacket, also 2X, that went for $40. Two-piece swimsuit, $40. An eyelet dress. Again, that fabric is really popular right now, and this dress from Tru and Terra, again, Walmart, went for $40. Like Tru and Terra, another brand to use caution with is Tru and Sky. There's not too many selling for over the $40 price point, mostly new with tags items. This is a plus size line, so buyers usually do pay a little bit more for these. If you're okay with lower dollar sales, say $20 to $30, and you come across this brand in the right style, that could be a good flip for you. Next brand is White Stag. Now this is a brand that Walmart acquired in the 1990s. The brand had been around for a long time before that, approximately 1930s. So there are some older items, and most of those do sell for $50 to $100 just because of the age of the item. Now, this is a sweater from the 90s from the White Stag brand, and this one went for $40. Calling out crochet, calling out certain tags, cottagecore, retro, grandmacore. Those help you be able to get more money for items like this. You're going to see a lot of holiday sweaters with this brand. This one has cardinals, and this for $63. And with a lot of these older items, you're going to see more details compared to today's items. You can make out those little red berry beads there on that branch. Some beading there on the wings of the cardinal. Those are really good indicators that those are not only older items, but they're items that buyers are willing to pay a premium for. Halloween sweater vest went for $65. Again, you're seeing all those details, the little sequins there. Really good example where the style keywords really came into play with this, with academia and Victorian. Absolutely beautiful blouse, and this seller nailed it in every area, including the fabric, chiffon, showing all of those little details. This blouse went for $40. Some of those keywords, Icelandic and Fair. This is a sweater that has Angora and lamb's wool blend, and this went for $40. And $55 for this winter scene jacket. Metallic top, this one also went for $45. Oversized, cardi, both keywords that describe this item. And a knit cardigan sweater, this one is beautiful with that detailing. That went for $49. This brand you're going to see pretty much every holiday. This is a sweater for Valentine's Day, Fest that went for $40. So cute. A maxi skirt that went for $55. Definitely looks like some AI photos going on here. Be really careful with that, guys. And oversized blazers, another trending item right now. This one with black and white houndstooth went for $45. Another blazer, solid red, $70. White Stag also made jackets for snowing and skiing, as well as suits like this. This one sold for $100. Now, I do want to quickly mention that there are a lot of tricky brands. Brands that you might recognize as Walmart brands. Couple examples of these are Catalina, that makes women's swimsuits, and Ocean Pacific, the surfing brand. This is just an example, but there's lots of brands like this. These are just a couple of examples where these brands existed long before they were acquired by Walmart. Most of those are vintage items, and as you might expect, they do sell for good money. Just don't be fooled by taking a look at the tag and going, I recognize that as a Walmart brand, not picking it up and then missing out on big profits. Now, reminder, the Empowered Reseller is linked below if you'd like personal help and a community to do this with. And if you want to keep building this skill of recognizing valuable items, don't stop here. I've got another video up next for you that's going to show you even more items that people are completely overlooking. Just click or tap the screen, and I'll see you there.